Welcome back, America. I'm talking to Yeonmi Park, a refugee from North Korea, and now a refugee from Columbia University, as far as I can tell. She has a fantastic book, While Time Remains, forward by Jordan Peterson, by the way. While Time Remains, this is the book. I strongly encourage you to get a copy on Amazon.com. Make sure you hand them out to your kids and grandkids because they need to read this. So, Yeonmi Park, my question is this. You come to Columbia University, you have escaped from North Korea, and your experience outside of Columbia University is one of relative freedom in the United States. You go into Columbia University. Do you think Columbia University and universities like that are a danger to the United States, indoctrinating all these young people, smart people, into a totalitarian mindset?
It is I think, the biggest threat that our nation and our civilization is facing. The idea of alignment, which is dare to think, that was not accepted in North Korea. And at Columbia University, they exactly do the opposite of the alignment ideas, and they trash the idea. And I really want to explain the tactics that Columbia University uses is exactly like a North Korean regime used to brainwash people. First, they went after math. In North Korean classroom, my teacher asked me, what is 1 plus 1? I said 2, and she said wrong. Because my dear leader, when he was a child, added 1 drop of water to another drop of water, it became a bigger one. It did not become 2. And that's how math was made by white men to oppress minorities. That same narrative was exactly at Columbia University. They said math is made up by the white men to oppress minority people. And then they go after the collective guilt. I have a son who is half American, who's half North Korean, he's half white. And they said white people are privileged and white people are guilty because of their ancestors' crime. Exactly America copying North Korean system where we punish individuals for not something they did, but their ancestors did. And that's evil and that's injustice. So these tactics, they go after every truth and redefining definitions, like what rape is. I'm a rape survivor. I was raped at 13 in China, and at Columbia, we have to go to this mandatory orientation where we learn about consent. And if classmates and I go out, get a drink, and then we sleep together with the consent, but next day, I can accuse him of rape because I was under the influence of drinking. But what about the guy? And they call that's a rape. So every definition, every truth get redefined by these institutions, and they twist their mind and somehow think that merits or competence is evil. And that's a sign of white supremacy. And they try to make us almost handicapped, disabled people. We cannot handle anything mentally.
So the war on the language, they demand conformity of speech and conformity of thinking. The point you say is brainwashing and indoctrination, and I'm talking about Ivy League schools like Columbia. And they take courses, subjects that you would think are non-political, like mathematics. And even there, and it's interesting you would say that. We're seeing this now in medical schools across the United States and so forth and so on. The resegregation of our society. Do you think this is part of the Marxist ideology, whether it's practiced in North Korea or classrooms in Columbia University?
It's definitely rooted from that. North Korea was designed by Stalin, who was following the Lenin and Marx. So it is definitely rooted from that ideology and came to America now, dividing people based on their skin color, something that you cannot change, and dividing people by the class, and oppressing oppressors. And this is so evil. They don't view us as individuals. And when I fell in love with America was the idea that individual is the smallest minority. That's why individual matters and individual liberty matters. The countries like North Korea and China, they think the worst thing you can be is an individualistic person. You have to be a part of collective, and that's when you only matter, when you're part of the group. And when I come to America, I thought that is supposedly being an individual is important. And in Columbia, it's not about being a collective, all of being a part of a group and having a group identity.
Your story is so crucial, particularly now in America, given what's going on in this country. And this book is an absolute must-read. And I don't say that just to say it. It is crucial While Time Remains. Listen to that title, folks. While Time Remains. Here's the book, Yeonmi Park. I encourage you to get a copy. Yeonmi, I want to thank you, and you're a fantastic citizen of the United States. God bless you.
Thank you so much.